One day, the Z children were each given a coloured balloon of their choice, as a reward for exemplary behaviour. Zachary chose a blue balloon, Zoe a pink balloon, Zebediah a green balloon, Zara a yellow balloon, and Zizi a grey balloon, because he was the youngest and that was the only colour left. Try to make them last as long as you can, Mrs. Z told her children. We don't have much money, and I can only afford to buy you a treat once a month. Zachary's balloon was the first to go. He decided it wasn't big enough, so he blew into it to make it bigger and bigger and bigger and... The blue balloon burst suddenly with a loud bang. Zoe's balloon was the next one to go. She went to put it down on her desk and didn't notice a sharp tack sitting there. The pink balloon burst suddenly with a loud bang. Zebediah took his balloon outside to play soccer with it in the garden, where he kicked it into a rose bush that had sharp thorns. The green balloon burst suddenly with a loud bang. I'm going to look after my balloon, Zara said, cradling it in her arms like a pet cat. But she didn't see that her shoelaces had come undone, and as she skipped along, she tripped and fell on it. The yellow balloon burst suddenly with a loud bang. That only left Zizi's grey balloon. You would think it wouldn't have lasted much longer than the other balloons. After all, Zizi was the youngest and had no idea how to treat a balloon. He bounced up and down on it. He squeezed it too tightly. He knocked it against the sharp corners of furniture. And when a new front tooth appeared, he even tried to bite it. But somehow, although the grey balloon was the most boring one of all, it managed to survive. In fact, in the end, it lasted 3 weeks and 5 days, which must be close to a world record for the longest-lasting balloon. The only reason it didn't last longer was because Zachary decided to jab it with a pin while the other children watched. To their astonishment, the grey balloon didn't burst. Indeed, it was only when Zachary pulled the pin out that the children heard a hissing noise. Slowly, the balloon grew smaller and shriveled up until it was no bigger than an old grey wrinkled mouse. However, Zizi didn't seem to mind, until Mrs. Z took it off him because it had become a choking hazard. I think it's about time we got some more balloons, she announced, as nearly a month had passed since the children's last treat. What colours would you like? I'd like a big grey one, Zachary said promptly. A pretty grey one, please, said Zoe decisively. A grey one to play soccer with, said Zebediah without hesitation. I want a pet grey one I can look after, said Zara firmly. How about you, Zizi? Mrs. Z asked her youngest child. In response, Zizi grinned, showing his new front tooth, which everyone knew meant he would be happy with whatever colour he got.